Welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to be talking about the federal government's Sukuk bond, which has blown up the internet in the recent few days. Actually, some few days ago, the federal government issued out the Sukuk bond of 300 billion naira. It was issued to the public, in which the public, the way the bond works, that the federal government is coming to the market to say, okay, borrow us your money. And in this particular bond, you're going to be paid a rental rate of 19.75% annually for the next 7 years. So at the end of the 7th year, you take back your capital in full. But for within the 7 year, you're going to be paid 19.75% of whatever capital you have invested in every year. You're going to pay twice. So if you invariably invested 10 million naira, you're going to be paid 1,975,000 naira every year. You're dividing that into two. You're getting it every 6 months. So if you divide 1.9 million naira into two, you invariably be getting like 800 and something thousand every 6 months till the maturity of the bond. And this particular bond is in line with Sharia law, in which you are not being paid interest or whatever. You are paid maybe profit. You are either taking profit sharing or you are either paid rental rate. In this case, we are being paid rental fee of 19.75%. So this bond is for 7 years, just like I've said, and it's used for the construction of roads, major projects in the next 7 years. So how can we make use of this particular bond? How can we make use of this particular bond to be able to generate like 400% on our capital without breaking the bank, without investing in high risk investments, or without risking our capital and all that? So let's use 2 stones to kill one bird by making use of 2 fixed income, low risk investment to actually generate like 400% on our capital. So let's go. So a lot of people are actually asking questions, where will I be able to do this Sukuk bond and all that? You have so many brokers, like investment platforms in which you can actually use to, Afrivest. I can see Afrivest is doing it, FGN Quest is doing it, Stanbic, IBTC, asset management, all these asset management companies, they are all doing the Sukuk bond. So just check the one that you actually resonate with, that you are sure of, and they are properly and duly registered with SEC, that you can actually make use of using this the platform. So after you might have invested in your bond, in your Sukuk bond, it could be your Sukuk bond. We're talking about the Sukuk bond because the last bond that was actually issued was like 17% ish. Yeah, I think so. 17% for 2 years, then like 18% for 3 years. So if this Sukuk bond is offering 90%, it's actually a very good deal. So let's go with the Sukuk bond now. The Sukuk bond is actually going to expire in the next 4 days, like on the 20th. So if you have capital already saved, like some funds already saved that you can invest in, that's good for you. If you don't have, then you have to wait for for federal government normal bonds that comes out every month. So let's go with it. So how do we actually generate 400% from our capital? So let's go. So if you invest 10 million naira, let's go with 10 million naira. Some people say, oh, this woman likes 10 million naira. I like more than 10 million naira, my dear. So if you invest 10 million naira, as you're looking at, you have already invested in the bond. So now we have to open a money market mutual funds account with also your broker. Can use any of the asset management companies to open your mutual funds. Can use Stanbic IBTC asset management, can use FGN Quest, can use ARM, anyone that resonates with you. Just open your money market mutual account there. So the interest that is paid for you on the first year, put it in your money market mutual funds account. With the interest rate of 20%, you'll be able to generate the interest of 395,000. So making your total investment to come to 2,370,000. The second year, and remember that in the second year also the Sukuk bond is also going to pay you 1,975,000. You had that also you pay that also into your money market mutual funds account, and your total will come to 4.3 million. So that 4.3 million is going to generate another interest of 869,000 for you. So your total comes to 5.2 by the end of the second year. So by the third year that you are paid the rental fee also for the Sukuk bond, you had it also to the 5.2. Your capital comes to 7.1. You generate 20% interest in your money market mutual funds account of 1.4. You had it to your total. Your total comes to 8.6 million, and that's how it goes. So by the end of the 7th year, the fund in your money market mutual account will already be 30,610,000. That's at the rate of 20%. The money market mutual funds account can be lower, it can be higher, but let's even go with 20%. So at the end of the 7th year, Remember that your bonds of 10 million naira is still with the federal government, and you are now having another 30 million naira in your money market mutual account. So that 30 million naira, and at the end of the year, at the end of the 7th year, they pay you back your 10 million naira. So the 10 million naira plus the 30 million naira in your money market mutual funds account, bingo, that's 400% increase. Yeah, that 400% increase. And meanwhile, if I were you, during the course of that 7 year, it's not only the rental fee that is being paid by the bond that I'm paying into this money market mutual funds account. I'm also paying more. So the more you pay, with an investment with compound interest, that your capital and your interest are being rolled over every month and every year, which increases. And that's why Albert Einstein says that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Now, with your imagine that your 975,000 in the first year became 30 million by the end of the 7th year. I mean, that's a wonder of the world, really. And it's like your it's fixed income. It's a fixed income, low risk investment in which your capital is guaranteed and your interest also is guaranteed. You don't have to do the stocks. If you don't know about the stocks, you don't have to do any investment if you don't know about them. If this is the only one that you want to stick with, say, now we've just generated 400% for you without sweating. Passive income. You might know the minimum on this Sukuk bond is 10,000 naira. So if the minimum is 10,000 naira, if it's 1 million naira that you have, fine. If it's 500,000 that you have, fine. If it's the 10 million you want to go with, okay, call your friends. Oh, bring 2 million. You bring 2 million. I mean, it's not that 2 million that you have. Go ahead with your 2 million. So that somebody will not jump out with your money. So at least make sure that you are investing. If you're not able to invest in this Sukuk bond, make sure that you are actually looking out for another one that will come. Maybe the next bond that is going to come, it might be 17%, it might be 18%, whatever percent it is. Just make sure you are growing your money. And it doesn't have to be, oh, I want 100% in 5 months. That's why we always get our hands burnt. And people will now sit down and say, oh, in 7 years' time, what will be the inflation rate? In 7 years' time, this rate is 7. That's why people have been sitting down. They've been in the same spot in which they have been for years, for over-analyzing and overthinking situations. You don't just go with the little things that could just create wealth for you and sustain your wealth and grow your wealth for you. I wish you all the best in your investment journey. Thank you for sticking around.